In the last video, I completed point insertion and a red letter day. My plan for this first part was to lure the Metro cops over to me because one of them had a gun and I only had a crowbar.
No, that's not fair.
It didn't turn out the way I intended though.
You have to rush out and kill him. No! Get off the wall!
I did it fine on the next attempt though. And now I have the pistol. But there are some issues. Firstly, I can't get onto this train with the pause menu. And secondly, how am I going to be able to swim? So I think this warrants a rule change. Firstly, I think there should be exceptions for when I can use the in-game joystick, such as when I am swimming and when I am jumping. But I will try my best not to use the joystick at all. So let's get back into it. This area I had some difficulties with, considering the Metro cops infinitely respawn and I had little to no cover. This barrel also proved to be a challenge. And apparently, the train? Besides that though, it was really smooth sailing. One thing I didn't really notice about this chapter was it really took 2.5 live streams to complete, so really there's a lot of stuff here. So here are just some of the moments along the way.
Oh, hey, damn.
What the fuck?
This was my next challenge. Now if you remember in Half-Life 2, the Hunter Chopper has intervals where he will fire a ton of bullets at you. And you know, in normal Half-Life 2 it's pretty easy to avoid since you can run and you can hide behind things really quickly, but not when you're walking in real life. So the only way I could get past this was by using the pause menu again. But I wasn't done yet. And on to the Manhack tunnels. Despite me just getting the SMG, I still used the pistol for the majority of this chapter. I also learned that you get jumped at the end of this tunnel when you try to come out. And that I have the worst aim known to man. So then after killing some Combine and learning how to turn on my flashlight, I finally made it to the first outpost. And I was really close to getting the airboat. But first, I had to get through some zombies and head crabs. Though, now it seemed like another thing was challenging the rules. Since even my first stream, I was unsure whether or not vehicles should be allowed, as it's not manual movement, but they're kind of required to beat the game. I hosted a little community poll on my channel for you guys to decide whether or not I should be able to use vehicles. As you can see, the majority is yes. However, I sort of decided a method in stream, which I will use instead. This is what I decided.
If I walk forward, I go backwards. And I walk forward again, and then I hit the trigger once. I walk forward, I walk back this way, and all the while I'm kind of like just slowly pressing the trigger maybe.
Now I know this is a really odd way to do it, but I think this is a good compromise. And after this was decided, it was a semi-short journey to the end of Root Canal.
And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck you!
First off in this chapter, you have to go through this warehouse filled with a bunch of Metro cops. During this, I got jump scared by manhacks twice while trying to read chat. Besides that though, it wasn't really that bad. And I thought this area was actually pretty fun.
Emergency. User death imminent.
This area was not going to be good. But at least I got the revolver. For this helicopter part, I thought the pause menu would work again. But the pause menu wasn't enough. So my last method was to use a barrel. And now I just needed to shoot the helicopter down. Besides those two checkpoints, this chapter is actually not too eventful. The only other thing is really just the helicopter chasing you, and also a couple of puzzles along the way. However, I can't forget the boss fight at the end of the chapter. Well, that was really easy. But before this chapter ends, let's have one more walking montage. So this finally concludes Water Hazard. The next chapter is Black Mesa East.